Three, four, and five. Hello, everybody. I'm live, and I have a chat full of my peeps. Hey, y'all. And now, Tom, I want a sub. We had one yesterday, so I can't complain. Um, we just had a Jersey Mike's open up here, and it's good, but what they charge, not too much different than what we can get at our supermarket. But enjoy. We had a turkey bacon yesterday, so that was yummy. So, hello, everybody. It says I have one watching, which is weird because I see y'all in chat. Gotta love StreamYard. So, right off the bat, Tom, early ritual. It was early. Oh my God. I love it. Love it. Love it. And we have Magus. Hello, my friend. Yeah, I'm excited too. Um, these take a very long time to create, and I still have my little prototypes I'm working on, but I'm moving into, pretty much what I sure what I know what I'm going to do, with what type of cards I prefer, what I've been practicing on, or I'll get to, but were just like little gratitude blank gratitude cards that were given to me. I think like 2 years ago, and they've just been kind of sitting around. And I got the idea to start playing with them this summer, and then it just came when I was watching History on Tarot, and people used to have them hand painted. Now I can't hand paint realistic tarot, but I do love my intuitive abstract art. So I'm very, very excited to share. And Jackie is here. Hello. Glad you could fucking make it. And I said feckin'. um, and you're just going to do a live to discuss something important. Oh dear, I had no idea, my dear, but thank you. I won't be on too long. So, yep, and you're still on time. You two are too funny. And you don't need to be so incredulous. Ooh, all these words, all these words. Um, hey, girl, hey, hey, Allison. Um, Lottie. Oh, wait a minute, Saskia Kalispera. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm so happy. A lot of peeps are coming in. Hello, Sandy from snowy Devon. Okay, so Sandy, you are in England as well. Okay, snowy here in UK. Yes. We're supposed to get snow, I think tomorrow, starting tomorrow, but I can't complain. We've had unseasonably warm weather and it's been pleasant. Um, okay, no rush, girl. Yeah. Oh, Jackie, I was showing Shan the videos of the tiles. Oh, but we're not talking about tiles. We're talking about my cards. And you had a wee bit of snow this morning. And Allison got hers yesterday. And I'm just glad that there's a property across from us that's been out of business. It's like a motel hotel. And the last few days, they decided they're going to start mowing. And I don't know if someone bought it. And they've been not snow blowing, with the leaf blowers. And I'm like, please, not during my live. And so it's quiet. So, all righty, we have 7 people here. Well, let's get started, shall we? Boy, where do I go? Where do I start? So, first of all, something funny I have to share with you all. So, Bobby, you know, Bobby Faro Tarot said, hey, I got a cool name for your deck. He says, let's call it Miasma. And I went, ooh, that sounds cool. And he says, yeah, he goes, it's kind of like, foggy, hazy, kind of looking at the images. And I'm like, that sounds kind of cool. I like that. So Heather had an inkling to go get the exact definition to share with Shan the other day. Now, the definition that Bobby gave me is one pretty much at the bottom of the possibilities, and I have to come up with a new name. And y'all are going to laugh. And I sent Bobby a message and going, dude, what are you doing to me? So, miasma, a highly unpleasant or unhealthy smell or vapor. An example that it gives is a miasma of stale alcohol hung around him like marsh gas. Yeah. So I don't want my cars to be named after an oppressive or unpleasant atmosphere which surrounds or emanates from something or a smell or vapor. So, got to work on that. So, Heather decided to look at Pinterest because I love Cheese Bobby. No, right, Allison. Oh, my goodness. Love our Bobby. And so I was coming across because I love sharing, or saving to my boards, interesting birds and colors and things. So I actually found a couple that were interesting. And one of them is Nefelabata. And if Fatima drops by, she'll probably recognize that word because apparently it is Portuguese. Nefelabata or Nefelabata, which means cloud walker, one who lives in the clouds of their own imagination or dreams, or one who does not obey conventions of society, literature, or art. So I thought that was a pretty word. And then another one that was in my list was poesis. And poesis means creation, creative power, or ability. So I'm still playing. And if anybody has anything that they think of during the live or would like to email me that you think might be a good fit, please let me know. Um, let's see. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Oh, is that the Sound of Music? I was never into that movie, but I got it now. And yeah, it's similar. There's a variation of miasma, but it's like I said, it's further on down, and it's. But yeah, so it'd be nice if I just I'll maybe manifest Bobby in a few minutes. So those are a few of the words. So again, starting this summer, I've been playing around with an idea, and I was getting stickers. Yeah, I mean, I saw it as a kid, and that one song, "Do a dear," if we got to sing that in school and everything, which was a fun song. But yeah, I'm not big on musicals, but my counselor, Kathy, loves musicals, and she probably would be like, yeah, it was probably one of her favorites too. So I can't remember who got these for me. It might have been my friend Amanda in Buffalo, and there was a box, and there were these blank cards, and on the back of each of them said, "Today I am grateful for." And I thought, well, I'm just going to start playing with them and start painting them because I've been collecting sticker books and getting blank cards and putting stickers on cards, trying to see if I can do an oracle because I've tried doing it on Canva using my paintings and trying to throw words around. Nothing just was not resonating. And I just didn't want to put something out there just to have something out there. I know, right? I don't like musicals out there. It's strange. But so I just decided, like, oh, I don't know. I may have, end up throwing all that out before I leave, just because I'm not happy with any of that. So I thought, well, I'm just going to start painting on these for the hell of it. I was watching TV and just got my paint to start, and then I was going, oh, well, these are kind of fun. It didn't really doesn't take watercolor. The watercolor lifts back up because it's a very smooth, slightly glossy. But it did take some of my gouache, and it did take some of my craft paint. And so for the hell of it, I just started playing around with it and been doing this on and off during the summer. And within the last month, I just realized that I might be onto something here. And I mentioned it to like Allison and Jackie and Spiritual Rain, Ange, Karen, and a lot of them were just like really like that would be cool, if you painted that. And then someone were saying then you can take pictures and go through and make playing cards. Well, make playing cards, having it mass produced, I don't know about that because our fellow reader Kristen Louise, created her deck through Make Playing Cards, and this is for educational, entertainment purposes only, YouTube, and make playing cards. I'm not knocking y'all. But it takes quite a bit of units that you have to sell to be able to make a profit. And I was just kind of like, I don't really want to have to deal with that. And I go, do I? And for me, people know I'm not techie. Oh, there goes the leaf blower. So hopefully y'all don't hear that. Um, and so I was like, well, how do I, you know, do this? And um, it was during one of the lives, I think it was one of Ramon's or Bobby's. They were talking about how people used to hand paint tarot cards back in the day. The people, the elite would have, the cards painted. And I thought, well, I can't paint tarot because they would be more pippy. And we know how much people love pip decks, right, Jackie? Mwah. So I decided, well, let's do an oracle because I'm more of an intuitive painter. People know they've seen my work. That's, like one of them. And I've shared other paintings here and there. And so I kind of put it out there, and everyone was a couple people. Again, I was getting no. So I decided, well, let's try this idea. And I started playing around. And the more I did them, I was like, I like this because with me, when I paint, I don't have something particular in mind. Now, if I wanted to say, I'm going to, I want to paint a figure here and I want this animal here, that kind of stuff, Heather cannot do really on her own without having to get a program and sketch it out, through my Da Vinci program that puts the image onto the paper. And then I just go ahead. Would I just start randomly painting? Hey, Dina. Listening, well, I attempt to get dressed. Oh my goodness. Be safe there, girl. Dress responsibly. Listen and dress responsibly. Um, and so when I do this, I end up, things come out on their own and I see things. And so I'm like, okay, maybe this is how my ability is. And I actually did come across on Pinterest. I'm going to share that again because y'all, I love Pinterest. I daydream on Pinterest so that, when Shannon and I finally do win that Powerball, I can have like the house in my studio of my dreams. But, and I shared this with Bobby, this is really cool. Um, there is something known as art witches. I think I'm an art witch. It says here, art witches are sometimes referred to as craft witches and love to add their artistic abilities into their magic and spirituality. It says here, these types of witches weave intentions. Well, I don't do spells into their artwork, but for me, it says this can be with journaling, painting, sewing, illustration, needlepoint, woodworking, all sorts of home decors, or any other creative project they're inspired by. So for me, I think a lot of this is just, what is supposed to come out that's meant to come out. And so that's what happens. And then I'll look back later on and I'll see things, or I will see something and I will show Nancy, I will show Jackie, Allison, any of you, they're pretty much everyone that's been in the chat right now. I will show pictures and they'll be like, well, I don't see that, but I see this. And sometimes I'll look at it and I say, I have no clue. I don't see that, but that's what's so cool. People see other things and they speak, the colors will speak. It's kind of like scrying, in my artwork. And I absolutely love this idea. And as y'all know, things are a little rough around the edges here right now. As some of you know, I sent pictures this morning. And so for me, this is giving me a focal point, something positive to distract myself with. And so without further ado, I'm going to share some of the ones that I are finished because art is paintings really ever finished. And so let me pull these out and start sharing them with y'all. And again, people will see so many other different things. So there's one there. Here is another one. And so Ange was asking me last night because she wants a deck. I've had several requests for decks. And lo and behold, I was looking at blank decks. Hey Maya, hi it's Stephanie, right? So that's if I'm right. Hey Stephanie. Um, I came across slower. Okay, Allison. So let me start back up. So I was looking for some blank cards. So I have some, and I was trying to find a deal. Hi, Nancy. Now Nancy's pretty much seen all of these already. Um, Here's another one. So I'm looking for some white, blank cards. And I can see a figure right here balancing, and they just appear there. And Stephanie is swimming, and I'm freezing my ass in the car. Oh dear. Hi, JR. And so if I start to see something, I will lightly emphasize it, and I'll keep on working through the rest of it. So um, while looking for some white blank cards, um, such as these, because they will be available too in certain sizes, depending on, because I know some people don't, like prefer a smaller, like pocket like size. And then I have others they're like this, which I love the shape, the size. I feel like I have more room to play and create. So I found black. Y'all know how I love black backgrounds. So I cannot wait to start playing. So now anybody who wants a deck can have black also as a background. So, and they just came today. So, so excited. So excited. All right, let me set this aside here. I got stuff all over. Love the light coming through. Oh, my window. um, so yeah, there was that one. Some I feel are finished, but I might have to go in and just darken a little bit, or I may just leave it, and I can easily see. For me, I see a fairy. Um, yeah, some are super hot contrast, some are soft, more pastel-y. And there's that one. Let's see, and there's that one. I can see, figure holding on to a light. Um, this one here. And also, if somebody would like to request a hand painted deck, um, let me know how many cards, um, and if there is a specific type of color palette. I'm open to discussing and working with a certain type of palette, or some have already said to me, just do whatever feels comes through, and you know that will be my deck. And hello, flowing. Hello, Carmela. Um, Tom, I don't have a scanner. And see, this is the thing, Tom. These are going to be one of a kind. So I will take pictures, um, and I'll probably put them, keep them in Canva and have it if I wanted to print something up for myself. But these are going to be one of a kind. So there's not going to be a production of one type. Everybody gets their own individualized deck. And for me, I know it's kind of a little hard now, um, but for me, it looked a little bit like a horse's head, and she's leaning over, and there's the mane and the hair. So for all of us, we see something, see something totally different. And hello, Karen. Hello, hello. And here is another one. I like how this little guy came out. I don't know if he's a dragon or if he's like a little gargoyle or what. No, Nancy said she felt very much like Mary Magdalene up here. For me, I'm not sure, but I do see a face of a woman, bending down into her hands. So it's going to be, these cards are going to be whatever, um, objects or images that you see. Because sometimes I see different things. And thanks, Allison. You saw a white dove. I'm not sure which one. But that's what, I love about these. So let me just say, okay, thank you, Saskia. Thank you. I can see the mother and child there, so makes sense. Well, let me back up. So, Tom, you think this is a child right here? Interesting. For me, I see her kind of, you know, like a prayer like hands. And then there's that one. So these are my prototypes. These are going to be either mine to keep, or I may give these to somebody. I'm not sure. And Karen, there's your peacock, right? You thought of a peacock like this. So I see her cradling a child. Very interesting. And on this one here, I see a cactus. Felt very, very desert-like. So I see Faye. Like I see a person kind of down here again. Now this could look like a little bit of a child, but there's that one there. So it's really just pretty much whatever people see. Now there were 40 cards in this. I'm missing one, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of them. Like I said, they are going to be kind of for me as a reference for people to see. These are the weirdest Pokemon cards. No, Tom. No. No. No Pokemon allowed. No. Can you tell I'm not into Pokemon? JR, I'm not going off topic. I don't want that in my chat today, sweetheart. Sorry about that. I'm not doing, Jackie and I aren't doing investigative tarots right now, so I don't want to bring that energy into this. And there's that one. So for me, Andrew's asking, well, what's the process? Like a trickster fox with 9 tails. Ooh, this one, Tom? Interesting, because I see like something holding a paw, and then someone reaching and kind of like touch that paw. Very interesting. Let's see. And I see this little guy right here. Some may see those as birds. Again, it's all Jackie, like all the different color palettes. Yes, I'm actually was thinking about playing around, and doing maybe like 10 of them of certain decks that I have that I like the Deviant Tarot. I don't like the artwork, but I love the color. Allison, I was inspired by, and those that know the Hush Tarot, I was inspired with Jeremy Hush's earthy tones of the greens, the browns, the sages, and stuff with that one. I'll share that one again in a little bit. And Vixen also came out with a new Wonderland deck, and I love the color palette. So let's say, wait a minute here. Oh my god. Aw. Let's see. Girl, we need to talk. You cannot sell a deck that is hand painted unless you charge some cream. Well, no one's gonna buy, Allison. If I do, $1,000. But I'll get into the paints and things in a second. But this is one of my favorites. I love this one. I think a lot of them. There's just some that are really, really. So yeah. So let me just show a few more, and then I'll talk a little bit more about my process. These are the ones I feel like right now they're done. I'm not going to go back and touch them for a while. Now, I'm going to hold on to that thought for a second. So there's that. Oh, more than a couple hours on each one. About maybe 2.5, maybe 3, depending. There's that one. And then this one right there. And so, and this one here, this is one of my favorites too. I love how it looks like she's bending over to pick something up, and there's like little wings coming out of her. So then I see a little bit of a dragon's head there. And see, Tom, what did you say? Uh-oh. Tom and Allison are agreeing on something? Wow. Um, yeah, with the prices. So, um, Alice, whoops, we are going to need to do an intervention. I see a scaredy cat. On which one? On this one, Karen? You see a, where do you see a scaredy cat? That's not that right there. I see a dragon. But again, this is all, you know, um, the way people see things. These are some here that are unfinished that I still need to work on. And here I already see kind of like a eagle's head or a bird's head. So this is still all early. Yes, in the middle, tail standing up. Oh, so you think that's a kitty cat? Interesting. I see a fairy. Yep, it's so cool. See, this is how it is. Everybody sees different things. Um, this one here, I'm still working on. And another thing too about these is that even though I typically paint vertical, you can turn these around at all different angles and still do, you know, see different things. This would be a fun reversal, not having to memorize reversals like in a regular tarot, but you can turn them around, look at different, you know, perspectives. So yeah, I have a lot that I'm still working on. They do stick a little bit. Oh, that one's in there. I think this one should be almost finished. Um, and so part of the process too now is because I pretty much start them out with craft paint. Um, and here, let me just, guys, just give me 1 second so that I don't mix the unfinished with the finished. So let me just get these here and set out of the way. Um, and oh, here's another one with the purples and the yellows. So yeah, these are all unfinished right now. So let me put these in a safe spot. Let me set those there. Let me get these back into, wait, oh, no, I did mix them. Oh, well, I will have to unmix them. So just to show a few examples of the small size. We'll talk about it. Okay, Allison. So these are some of the smaller size. And let me grab my ruler. Where's my ruler? It was here. Hold on just a second, peeps. Let me grab my ruler. Okay. So, okay. Alrighty. So these are some really weird measurements. I'm not good with rulers. So they are almost 2 3/4 by about 4 3/4 for that. So basically your traditional, let's see if I can grab one of my tarot. What would be a traditional tarot card? There really isn't a traditional size now anymore. So yeah, but these, when I typed in blank tarot, these were coming up along with these small ones here. And these little, I would probably call these little pocket size. These are 1/16 shy of 2.5 by 1/16 shy of 3.5. Why they just couldn't do 2.5 and 3.5 and make it easy. So yeah, Jackie. Um, and the same goes for my black beauties here. Yeah, that's what here actually. Just about two. Yep, exactly like the other one. So they're both, you know, the same. So I can't wait to start playing with these guys. Oh my goodness. I did find some, these are a couple of the ones I've done on the small pocket ones. And automatically you can see that right there. He jumped right out. Um, and so these are kind of like some of the what I'm doing with those. Yeah. Let me set these here aside. Now, the next step in the process here, let me put these in here. And I'll share this with everybody because I'm pretty much sure that this is finished. I might, because what I tend to do is like from my college days, because for people who may not know, I have a degree in fine arts from Buffalo State College. My major was painting. And so when I do my cards and my art, I do a lot of it like I still have all that in school. So kind of paint, lay everything down, colors, and then, step away for a while, then go back, look, see what um, might catch my eye that maybe I didn't see before and start working in with the colors. And then sometimes the shapes will start to form on their own. And, you know, um, I'll just give it like a little line and I'll highlight it and then I'll keep working on the cards. So for now, this is done. But again, I'll take a step back and look at things later on. But this one here, I did this more. I finished up this morning, and Ange actually said that she saw, and cover your ears, Jackie. She said she saw a two of pentacles because she saw like look like somebody was holding a hand here. They're juggling like a two of pentacles. So, but again, everybody sees something a little bit differently. So let me set that aside. Hello, unicorn. Um, welcome, welcome. So let me just put these into here. I'm going to have to separate them again. And that's okay. I just want to make sure that they stay safe. And how about we all take a quick sip and I can look at what chat is saying. And then I'll get again into my process. So intervention, tail standing up. I see a bunch of fairies. I see a lot of those in mine. Yes, yes. And yes, exactly. I love how we see different things. The psychology behind this is amazing. Wonderful to tap into intuition. It sure is. And Karen, I'm looking forward to your cards that you want to create as well. And I hear you, girl. Gotcha, gotcha. And that's regular tarot size 2, the 2.5. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Jackie. And let's see. Yes, because you can easily get the money for your tires. Well, I got something planned with the tires, but other things, we got that move. And let's see, and Heather, but these are works of art, not just cards. Value your time. I'd say look at playingcards.com if you want decks more can afford. Yeah, but they make more money off of my artwork than I would, and I have issues with that. And sometimes um, places like Timu and other companies that print those for these companies get a hold of my. That's the thing too is this is my art. I do not want, you know, um, these companies to get a hold of and lease out my art. Beth, I was just thinking about you last night, girl. How are you? I was gonna say I haven't seen Beth in a while. Hello, hello. And I would use the cards to journal on my feelings. Maybe they wouldn't be called oracle cards in flowing. Maybe they could be called something else. Um, okay. Aw, thank you. Let's see. All your besties here need a copy of that gorgeous deck you've been creating. Oh boy. No, stopping someone from doing that will no, stopping someone from doing that with these either. Don't let that stop you. Oh, really? You think they would still get a hold of them? I'm trying to figure out how I can protect myself because I hate counterfeiters. Um, Somebody was mentioning earlier that a deck creator was it Olivia Rose, the one that did the mermaid's purse or something? Someone she was showing her process on Facebook or on one of her channels, and they stole the images. they started printing her deck. That's why I thought hand painted, individual. Um, that way, everyone has their own unique set, their own, energy for it. So, but again, I'm open to, different suggestions. So process. Oh, Beth, you weren't here. You just popped in. So Beth, I've been creating. Let me just pull out just a couple. A few of my own hand paint. I'm trying to offer hand painted, one of a kind oracle decks, and I'll just show you a few cards really quick, sweetheart. You can maybe watch the playback. But these are some of them right here. And now I know Jonathan charges about 300 for his crystal grids. And I know that Jamie Sawyer, who does those gorgeous tarot tiles, she charges about 275 for those. So I'm trying to figure out how best to make this work. So Ange had um, asked me last night, well, what's your process, girl? And I said, she goes, do you listen to music? And yes. So it depends on during the day. The music doesn't, when I do my regular paintings, like this one here, or others, I will put certain music on that I'm in the mood for. And I'll do a painting based on that. But with these, I mostly paint in the mornings. Oh, thank you, Unicorn. And when, Shan's still sleeping and I have my coffee and I put my ambient music on. I have I call it my, everyone remembers Pure Moods back out in the 90s. Well, I created one for me, a couple of them called Indigo Moods. And so I have, ambient music. Tom, you might know some of these. Steve Roach, he puts out like 3 albums or 4 a year. He's been doing that since like 1990. Hearts of Space, kind of like music. Robert Rich and all of them. I listen to, the Celtic ambient. I have like different little that playlists that I listen to in the morning. Another great ambient I love to listen to while I paint, if I'm in the mood that particular morning, is Alanis Morissette, of all people. During COVID, did a ambient um, CD with just her vocals with music, which I absolutely love. Um, and so sometimes during the day when I'm more awake and the loud music doesn't bother me, I might put on my Cure. I might put on my Depeche Mode. I might put on my Lorena McKennitt. It just varies during the day when I have my energy. And some know that I don't sleep very well at night because of the critter. I'll just call them the critters here. And I don't get to sleep all the way through during the night. So when I do wake up in the morning, I'm up for maybe a couple of hours. Then I try to turn the lights on, try to get some sleep, re-energize, because I don't want to create these exhausted where I'm not tapping in properly. I want to make sure that the energy stays good and what's supposed to be coming out is coming out. So um, that's with the music. I can't paint without music. There's no way. And so I started out with playing around with craft paint, and I have a couple different brands from the stores around here. Of course, you have your Americana. You have your Craft Smart. I believe the Craft Smart is through. Is it through Hobby Lobby or is it through Michaels? Um, I have in Folk Art. I have some of their paints, and even the dollar store. They're good to like lay colors down. Shan's been helping me get a few more colors and everything, and I will check chat out just a second. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. And then I was going to try to use my watercolors. However, because of the smooth, glossy surface, once the watercolor dries, unlike the craft paint and the gouache, the watercolor picks right up. However, I did unpack. I'm glad I didn't donate this yet. I got some clear gesso. So I've gessoed one of these. I've laid some watercolor down on it, and I'm going to check it this afternoon. And perhaps if somebody wanted something down the road with watercolor, because they love the look of watercolor, I'll know whether or not I'd be able to do that. I mean, I could get watercolor paper. However, um, that would be more money, more process, because I would have to get a corner rounder. I would have to get a high quality cotton paper that would be sturdy enough that would be able to shuffle properly. Um, so that's a little bit down the road. Um, but gouache, for me, if I could choose any paint to work with these, would be the Holbein gouache. And now gouache is typically, people don't know what gouache is. It's basically an artist grade like poster paint. It's water based, and most gouache is rewettable. So once you put a color down, if you want to go in with another color, rewet it, it'll lift up and you can mix and you can do that. What Holbein did, which I love, is they made theirs permanent, and they're opaque, they're matte, and I love them. And a little bit goes a long way. And these guys now, I just checked, I got these about, I would say, around 4 or 5 years ago. I started collecting these, started buying these, and they were about $8 a piece back then. They're up to 10 now, but a little bit goes a long way. So as I create my decks, however I go about doing this, um, the base will be with, the craft paint to play around with the colors, lay everything down, and then I'll start, incorporating, the gouache. So that's that. Now let me check chat. Um, alrighty. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. I have 13 people. Ooh, lucky number. Okay, so Jackie, all your besties here need a cop. Oh, okay. um, okay, so I've caught up from here. Okay. So yes, Allison's still there chomping at the bit. Conference call. There's Beth. Okay. All righty. So yes, Tom, I want her to keep that original deck. I have a good idea. I'll talk with her later. I'm headed back to work in a few minutes. That's why I wanted to do it at 1 o'clock, Allison, so that you could be a part of it if you wanted to. I knew you would have time. So, and Saskia, I really love that painting on the wall behind you. Well, thank you, Saskia. It is for sale. Um, and what's interesting about this painting, if I can digress for a second, some of you know that I've been kind of wanting to start working again. I'm being kind of called by the Morrigan, and birds again been popping up in my artwork. Their name keeps coming to me. I keep getting references, especially with the crows and the ravens, and I'm just like, but all of a sudden I go, why would I know, or would I, want to start working with the Morgan? And then in my head, I heard, well, look behind you. We've been here for quite some time. And when I turned around, looked behind me, I saw that, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the eyes. Whoops, eye there. Here, let me point there. Eyes, the beak here looks like a blackbird to me. So for me, this all feels very much like their colors, their energy, and so yeah. Again, this is how my artwork, this is how my art, you know. I may not be able to see spirit. I might not to be able to do a lot of like what a lot of other mediums do or channelers do, but for me, in this lifetime, is coming through the work. And also, Tom, really quick, who also inspired me when I started working on this was Lady Frida Harris, because of her Queen of Pentacles. She was using the deep greens. I have a deep olive green, the browns that she used. And if you look here, I start seeing the horns. This is what I love about this card, guys. I got to show you this. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's her face. There's kind of like the Maleficent horns a little bit. And then what I didn't notice that there was a masculine. So I have like the Lord and the Lady of the Wild down here too. So for me, I thought that was kind of cool. I see kind of like a dragon or a horse there as well. And of course, there's the horse right there. So, but yeah, um, So this is how, for me, a lot of times, how I read too, looking at the images. So, um, Beth, Heather, I wonder if you could reach out to MJ Kool-Aid. Oh, talks a bit. She talks about the indie publishing biz a lot and perhaps some tips. She's been doing this since Crow Tarot. She created the Crow Tarot. I love that deck. I've seen some of her other decks. I think I might, because I don't resonate with everybody's decks, but I'll have to look at that, Beth. Thank you. Here, let me just write that down as a reminder. I got a sheet of paper here. MJ, let me make sure I write her name right. Kool-Aid Crow Tarot. Okay, she does the biz. Okay, and yep, music is life. You got that right, unicorn. Yes, so beautiful. Just have my eyes. Uh, thank you, Karen. It's basically opaque watercolor paints. Yeah, or poster paints. I was that was one of the definitions when I worked at the Albright Knox back in the day when we had Alexander Calder. People thought, just thought, think of him for his mobiles and his sculptures, but he also worked with gouache. He was one of the first. Ah, thank you, thank you. Yep, I do. That's why people, when they see how bright and colorful sometimes my artwork is, they're surprised that I have depression, that I have anxiety, I have borderline personality disorder, and PTSD. They're like, how come your paintings aren't all dark and dreary and depressed? I mean, this is just how I handle. I do like my dark colors, but a lot of people are surprised when they see my artwork, and people know, I don't hide being who I am. That's the whole part. We need to talk, have the conversation, be open about, so we can get rid of that mental health stigma, y'all. Um, William Blake, a bit of an influence. I love a lot of that art history. Speaking of crows, I left the message above before you started talking about the Morgan. Oh, did she do one on the Morgan? I know there's a deck out that kind of scares me a little because about with the blood and the violence and the war and everything. But for me, like when we were talking about Lilith on Monday with Kristen Louise, there's many different aspects to these goddesses, and I need to just remind myself I need to choose with the facets, the archetypal energy that resonates with me. That and right now I do need courage. I do need protection. I do need that strength that they can help um, during times like these. I see a skeleton with horns. Oh, okay. Well, her little eyes. I didn't want to do too much. I'm just like, I could just see the little lines, and I'm like, oh, I got to be careful. So I took and these are my tiny little brushes that I use. This is a water brush that contains water in it. Just give it a little squeeze, and the water comes out, keeps it wet. And then here's a little finer tip one. I know it's a little hard to see, so I use those. I have one that's a little bit thicker to kind of lay down the initial craft paint. But yes, and also I've been playing around because I got inspired by Jamie Sawyer's tiles. I bought some round ones that were at a craft shop. Hobby Lobby had them. Nobody else around here did. And I started playing with painting my own little tiles as well. So she was working via the color scales from the Golden Dawn, give or take a few changes. Who was? I think I missed that. She does Wise Dog Tarot too. Oh, and the Grimulkins. Very interesting. Okay, Grimulkins for Fox. Oh, so she's the one that did the For Hoxa. Okay. Nancy has that. Ginger gifted that deck to her. Guardian of the Night, Unfinished. I don't know some of those, but the Crow Tarot is on my list. And I have an original High Priestess painting whereby the deck creator was selling the originals on Etsy for $30 each to fund the printing of the decks. Oh, interesting. Wow. Girl. Girl. Ange, you ready to see them? Look at. And they're here. They're those beautiful black decks. And when I'm done with my live, I'll start going downstairs again and checking to see if my birthday gift is here yet. But thank you. Mentioning for reference. Okay. Does she care? Thanks for that info. Must check it out. Okay, so Olivia Rose sells her. Yeah. She's got some. Nancy has, I think, the Mermaid's Purse, which is no longer in publication. And that's really lovely. Very, very lovely. Yes, I saw a skeletal rib cage and all too cool. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, we all see things differently. Yes. So I was painting that and I started seeing the Queen of Pentacles from Lady Frida. Let's see, Dret. But thank you for coming in, Beth. It was good to see you, my dear. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. Allison and I have our Friday night show. Thank you, Lottie B. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everybody too, go out and check Lottie B's channel for beautiful piano playing. Lovely, lovely music. Thank you, my dear. Oh, those black cards. I know, and I'm probably gonna start playing with one of them this afternoon, and I'll send you a picture. See how they work out. Oh, and you have the Mermaid's Purse too. Nice. Let's see. The deck creator was on Gerald's channel the other day. All righty, bye. Yeah, bye, Allison. The thing begins with an A, so I didn't mean to end. Bye, Allison. I'll talk to you later, girl. Thank you again for listening to me earlier. I appreciate it. So that's where I'm currently at. I'm going to take a quick sip. And so, yeah, I'm really digging the taller ones. I mean, I have the small ones for those whose hands are small. And you missed it, but they're trying to get me to not do individually painted decks. They do, but they want me to be able to print them and stuff. So they're trying to you know convince me otherwise. So we'll see how things work out. But yeah, I really love playing with the tiles, and I've been inspired kind of like with Ange and Karen doing their trinkets. So I've been collecting items and things of my own from around the house, and maybe adding that too at some point. So, oh, thank you, Saskia, for being here, for allowing me. So yeah, I got a lot that I'm playing with, and sometimes if I'm not feeling the color that day, I won't work on it. Like today, I really wasn't feeling the pinks. Last few days, pinks or purples. I was feeling more of, the earthy colors, and so that's what I was focusing on. So, but yeah, I'll go back to working on these. It helps me, helps distract me from the stuff that's going on here. So, it's Angels. Put it in my community tab. Who's trying to get funding? Oh, Olivia's work. Olivia Rose. Um, of course I can, Ange. Let's see. So Ange was the first one to see this, this morning. So she got the picture. She had the full view. So yeah, my finished and unfinished got mixed up. So actually maybe not too much. So we'll flip through a few of them. Ange, there's that one. There's that one. I'm trying to go slower. Allison was like, girl, slower. Let's see. Oh, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I told Jackie to close her ears. It might be considered a pip deck or a pip card. Oh, it's just okay. There we go. There she is. So for me, this feels very like Rhiannon, almost kind of Maka of the Morgan. She was associated with the horses. Hello, Free Spirit. This is my artwork, Free Spirit. I'm working on creating individually hand-painted oracle decks. Oh, actually, that one's upside down now. Well, see, you can look at it upside down too, because I'm like, oh, look, an eye, there's the beak, kind of mouth. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's my little dragon or gargoyle upside down. So you can turn it around different angles and see. Like I kind of see almost like a little creepy alien baby or something there. So, and look, you can see like a laugh. To me, I see a mouth smiling. There's the nose. There's the eyes. So, with these cards, they can be read in all different types of ways. I think these are the unfinished ones here. There's that one, and there's that one. I don't know if I already. There's that one. So yeah, I've been enjoying doing these. Like I said again, it helps me get my mind off of. Helps me get my mind off of stuff. So yeah, those are a few of them that I was sharing. Very intuitive, exactly, Free Spirit. That's exactly. You saw that laugh too. I was just like, wait a minute, I didn't see that before. So there we go. So anybody has any questions, let me know. But again, traditional tarot size. The little mini me's, mini size. There are some I did buy from Michael's. They have these things called art cards or something that you paint on and you can send them to people. And these aren't too bad. They're a little bit smaller than the mini me's. Or are they the same size? I like the surface because these could take. Oh, they're the same. These could take watercolor. The only thing is that they would have to be shuffled carefully. But these could very well work too. I've liked working with these. So lots of options to go by. And Ange, I don't know if you saw my little tiles that I started painting and creating with. So got inspired by the Jamie Sawyer tiles. So yeah, I think I covered. And the final is, if I do go ahead and people want, their own individual hand painted decks, they probably will. They will probably cost between 1 to 2, depending on size, how many cards, and the amount of time, and whatnot that it takes. I know traditionally tarot decks are anywhere. I mean, oracle decks are anywhere between 36 to 44 cards. I kind of like I was thinking about maybe 30. I'm not sure. But I know I'm going to have some of my peeps in here reaching out to me later on to talk to me about some stuff. But yeah, I thoroughly, enjoy doing these. I can't, regularly paint like I used to because of I'm having to throw out artwork. I can't take it with me and I have no way of shipping it. So I'm going through years of artwork and seeing which paintings no longer resonate with me that have just been sitting around that didn't sell. And I'm just gonna, and with the critter issue, just been chucking a few of them out. So it's been a painful, process, but my art, like everything, and my channel, my subscribers, my fellow readers, and my shows help me get through it all. Sometimes we hide a lot, when we're live and our smiles and things. But yeah, my art's what keeps me going, you know, keeps me positive. So um, gotta go. I'm gonna be ending too because I am on my free back to my free StreamYard. Oh, she's running a fever. Oh, poor sweetheart. So I hope you feel better. I told you we need to have it. You have a lot of options. Okay, Tom. I can still do backstages. So if you want to do a backstage sometime soon, within the next, today, tomorrow, whatever that fits into your schedule, let me know. I do have an appointment, I think at 2:30. Speaking of my counselor, it's either 2:30 or 3:30 today. So thank goodness I need to talk to her today. Um, so yeah, um, thanks for everybody for letting me share. And as I get a few of those on the black paper, I'll share those too. I'll be playing with that this this afternoon. So bye, Saskia. I don't know if Kalispera is still the same as hello and goodbye. And thank you, Carmela. It's hard on some. It really is on some days. So everybody, thank you again. I appreciate your support as always. And I'll maybe see everybody tomorrow night with Allison and I. So again, thank you. And any ideas or thoughts of names and things or whatnot, just, drop me a line. So, okay, Jackie, I'm going to go. You can do your, pop into your channel when you set up your announcement. And I'll see you in your chat. So, bye, everybody. Thank you again.